Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Cellframe, aka Cell. So with that being said, let's just dive on in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. I've been talking about Cellframe for a little bit of time now. This has been one of those undercover gems that we have been really looking at, and I've been under the impression that this could very well be a major mover this bull run. I think that this could be just as big as QNT was back in 2021. And the reason for that is not just because of the supply, but also because of the overall tech stack behind it. See, Cellframe, the way that I look at this is that this is not just a narrative around one thing, because in the past and even in my previous video regarding Cellframe, what I've mentioned is that this is quantum resistant technology. But beyond that, it also is tapping into AI as well, in terms of decentralized AI applications, because Cellframe is providing SDKs to developers with development tools for creating decentralized AI applications. And this is on the actual Cellframe platform. And this actually includes tools, APIs for connecting with blockchain nodes, libraries, you name it. And it's democratizing AI because of this. This is truly a groundbreaking project, and even when I first found it, I was like, I have to talk about this. I have to let people know. So initially, I did post about it in the Patreon, and I will continue to talk about Cellframe because I still think it's extremely undervalued, and we're going to be talking about why. So first and foremost, I do have to be transparent with all of you because I feel as though at this point in time, a lot of people just talk about projects that they are holding, that they're ready to dump on people, or that they're, getting paid to. I'm not paid by the Cellframe team. I'm not incentivized by the Cellframe team. In fact, I'm not even in contact with the Cellframe team. I don't do paid project promotions on this channel. I don't talk about projects that I get paid to or anything like that. Like, I don't do that. So just full transparency, I figured I would let you guys know that. But regardless, let's go back to March 3rd, where I did put out a post on X, and I said, this chart for Cell looks crazy bullish. After having a nice spring from the lows around 30 cents to $1.27, we have now cooled off for a few days. This chart is printing a base to space. Don't avoid Cell this early in. Now, this was the overall chart for Cell at that time. It was about roughly 91 cents at the time that I did post that. And just a few days later, we are now at almost $2. I know that the chart did hit about roughly $2.30 on MEXC, but this is the overall chart now. And this is the all-time chart as well. Now, were we buying the exact bottom on this? No, but it doesn't matter if you are buying the exact bottom or not. This still does have tremendous upside potential, in my opinion, concerning the overall supply. When you look at the supply, all the supplies out there, I know that the supply on CoinMarketCap hasn't been fully updated, but regardless, max supply 30.3 million, but over 500,000 plus Cell was actually burned. You could see it on chain if you wanted to look at that, but the total supply for this one is 29,735,000. Like I said, very low supply, almost $60 million market cap. This could easily have a 10x to even possibly a 100x potential still left in it, even at these prices. Now, would I say, hey, go and buy this heavy right now? Not exactly, but you could wait for this to backtest some support if you wanted to. But like I said, I've been talking about it heavily on X. I even made a video regarding it, and I said QNT is huge, but this altcoin could be just as big. And I love QNT. I've talked about it multiple times on the channel, but I still think that this one could just be as big considering the overall supply, but also even going off of the tech stack behind it. But regardless, enough price talk, enough talking about all of that. Let's talk about some things that are getting pushed by the Cellframe team right now. So first off, they are interacting with the community heavily. Back in February, we saw them do a ton of AMAs, and they continue to do AMAs even today. If you actually go over to their X account, you can see that they're pretty active regarding social engagement, talking to the community, doing a ton of AMA. They're also going to be pushing a lot of content on their YouTube channel as well. They have a YouTube channel where they push a ton of content. Like I said, they are very transparent with the overall community, and they have been pushing out some great updates regarding that. Now, this one one, this announcement regarding marketing, which I do have it open over here. It's time for the February Marketing Digest. Let's see what was significant and noteworthy during the last month of winter. Now, I do have this fully open over here. This is the full breakdown. So first off, we have it's time for the February Marketing Digest. Let's see what was significant and noteworthy during the last month of winter. We tested and successfully launched a new format of interaction with the community. Now we will only share the most useful and interesting news from development and projects in our video blog, the Cellframe News Block, and this is actually on their YouTube channel. The next release is expected on March 7th, which we did get. This is the overall update regarding that. I believe so, at least this one here. So this is the full-on update. This was February 29th, and then we also have up here on March 7th. I think that this might be, so this is actually the blog. I don't know. I think that it's already on their YouTube channel. I haven't checked it out. But regardless, they have been releasing a ton of content on their YouTube channel in the past couple weeks. I haven't been able to keep up with everything, especially now that the bull run is essentially back and alt season seems as though it's ready to go. So there has been a ton of news circulating around a lot of altcoins, but Cellframe is definitely one that I have on the watch list. I keep watching it. I keep up with what they've been putting out on X, but I haven't been able to watch all of the AMAs and stuff like that. But regardless, thanks to the launch of Newsblock, the number of your questions has increased. They will continue to answer them in monthly AMA sessions. We held a couple of partner AMA sessions with major international communities as well. Both of them were held in the text format on Telegram. We can't help but note the increased interest of the audience in our project. There were so many questions that we answered some of them outside the planned time perimeters. For spring, we are preparing several partner AMA sessions at once, so stay tuned for announcements. We have started working on the corporate identity and design for a new major project that will expand the Cellframe ecosystem as well. Details soon. We will continue actively preparing for participation in the Blockchain Life 2024 forum. As you know, we will present 3 prototypes of new gadgets running under different operating systems at our booth. We talked about 2 devices last month. Now it's the third one's turn. Don't miss it. Our reach across all channels continues to grow. In February, the total reach reached 63%, and the audience growth in channels reached 34%. That's all for February. So, like I said, there's been a ton of great updates regarding the Cellframe ecosystem exposure. They've been growing tremendously, and I'm very excited about this. Like I said, if you're already holding Cellframe, definitely get into their Telegram if you haven't already. Check out their YouTube channel because they have been killing it in terms of community engagement. This is a very undercover project, in my opinion. When we look at the overall market cap for it and the potential behind this, I said it, right? Could be just as big as QNT. I feel as though I can't help but to feel like this is like when we found Caspa. So if you guys don't know, I never made videos on Caspa because I just didn't have the time to, and I do regret it because I really did wish that I made a lot of content on it. But in the Patreon, and I put this out even on X, I put it in the free Discord and everything just for proof because a lot of people still question it. But regardless, I was calling Caspa around January of 2023. We found Caspa back in November of 2022. This feels oddly similar to Caspa when I found it, and it also feels very similar to QNT in early days. Now, I was not an early investor into QNT. I found QNT around $40. I do think that Cellframe has the potential to hit significant prices. I've talked about $50 to possibly even $100. It could do that. The market cap for it allows it to. A 100x from here would put it to almost $200. Now, do I think that it could hit that? Yes, I still think that it could, considering the overall market cap for it would be around $6 billion. Again, that's me saying it could. It's a speculation. Doesn't mean that's guaranteed. None of this is financial advice, but regardless, I do think that Cellframe has a tremendous opportunity in the space. One of the biggest things that I've been putting out regarding Cellframe, especially the overall idea regarding supply, but also the usability of it, is the information regarding this blockchain technology. Big shout to Crypto Soldier for this. We have why Cellframe net/sell. 95% plus of the total supply is already on circulation. I actually think that 100% of it is. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure CoinMarketCap is off when it comes to calculating total supply. Team and product in development for 5+ years. They have been around for a while, and they have been building very, very strong, which I'm very excited about. I've been keeping up with the big thing that I've been keeping up with is the GitHub. If you guys haven't checked out the GitHub, I highly suggest everyone check it out. There's been a ton of updates regarding this. I think that there's been over like 6,000 plus commits. Definitely pay attention to this. It shows you that the developers are actually building, they're working, they're pushing updates, which is a big plus. But regardless, we have built from scratch on C code, making it easy to adapt. Post-quantum cryptography makes the system resistant to hacking by quantum computers. Early pre-sale and VCs are completely out, and we are in accumulation range. Scalable cross-chain transfers, ultra-low market cap under 10 million, docs team, extensive activity on GitHub, ranking within the top 50. Like I said, big plus. This is a huge one to mention, considering the fact that a lot of projects, a lot of people will say like, oh, this is a great project. Then you'll look at the GitHub and it's basically a ghost town. This one is completely different. Major marketing push coming soon, recently listed on Mexi as well. And remember, right, if you're thinking about how this is, a layer 1, layer 2, all of that. Well, here we have a full-on update of this. I did include this in the past video where I was talking about how Quant QNT is big, but I do think that this one could be just as big. We actually have here that Cellframe is a service-oriented blockchain platform. Many different services can be built on Cellframe, another blockchain, VPN, streaming services, and many other products. This means that Cellframe could be used for every layer. It's a white label SDK. Layer 0 network category layer is for interoperability, a peer-to-peer mesh network. Layer 1 fundamental layer is for basic blockchain functions. The cryptographic protocols are Cha-Cha 20, Salsa 2012, and then Kakak, Crystals, Dilithium. I hope that I'm saying this correctly. I know that I avoided saying these names in the past video simply because I was worried about saying them wrong, but regardless, you can see the rest of them. Layer 2, execution layer, is for scaling outside the main chain, and then layer 3, application layer, is for building TDApps and using the TDApps library. Like I said, this has pretty much everything all in one, and this is why I say, like, I can't help but to see Cellframe as being a top hitter this bull run. I've talked about it in the past. When you're looking at some of these protocols, what you're mainly addressing is what can be built on it. Not so much what is building on it right now, but what could be built on it. Because I feel as though at this point in the market, a lot of people are asking like, oh, is there AI on there? Is there gaming projects live? Like, a lot of this is early stage development. And this is why when I look at Cellframe, I'm like, this could essentially be an opportunity for any major building. And a lot of people bring up the idea that it's an ERC20 token, but if you actually go over to the Cellframe website, which I did in this video, I showed you guys that they do have a bridge to their actual network, and it's a full-on breakdown of how you could bridge on their network, and it provides you an insight on how to do that as well. I don't know where it is in this video, but if you go back and watch this video, they have a bridge to their actual network. Essentially, at some point in time, I do believe that they will fully launch on their own network. I might be wrong on that, but regardless, they do have a full-on bridge from like ERC20 to their actual network. But nonetheless, when we really look at what's been happening around Cellframe, I do think that this has a lot of potential. The number one reason why this did have a major sell-off, like I said, there was hiccups, there was VC selling, there's a lot of pre-sale investors selling as well. So now at this point, there's really nothing holding us back from reaching significant levels. Once we really break over the all-time high, which if we go down here, the all-time high is about roughly $13 and almost 20 cents. That was around November of 2021. This chart's only showing us going all the way back to March, but this is because this is when it got actually listed on any significant major exchange. Like I said, by the time that this was already listed, the bull run was almost over anyways. So it had a rough time in the market. And then the all-time low was back in May of 2023. So far, we are up about roughly 15x or so from that level. But now, in terms of the overall market, this does have a significant opportunity. Like I said, wait for a possible major pullback because it has ran quite a bit in just the last like 7 days. So wait to see if we do get a back test. Mainly what I would be looking for is possibly a retest of like $1. I would say like $1.30-ish to around roughly $1.60. Like that level there is all significant area of opportunity if we do get to see it. Again, we might not be able to retest that low, but definitely watch this one closely. Add it to your watch list. Has tremendous upside potential in my opinion. We fully broke it down in the past. If you guys do want to go check that video out, you guys are more than welcome to. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.